So guys, this human rights lawyer said he traveled all the way to Ekiti State to go see Mr. Delel Farotimi in prison. So he has narrated the situation under which he met Mr. Delel Farotimi and the message Delel Farotimi has for Nigerians.
And there should also be justice for Mr. Delel Farotimi, and there should be justice for the society. As a stakeholder, I felt so confused. So that was the reason why we had to along to Ekiti. And the meeting was very productive, and I'm not a stranger to him. I told him that, sir, the reason why I am here is to confirm from you what is your state of mind.
So guys, I'm going to allow you to just watch this video for yourself to hear from the horse's mouth what he said Mr. Delel Farotimi told him in prison, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Take a look.
Today, I'm opening the show with an update on the situation with Mr. Delel Farotimi, who has been held remanded in Ekiti State for about 2 weeks now. My first guest is a human rights lawyer and activist, Mr. Tope Temokun, who actually had a meeting with Mr. Delel Farotimi on Friday. Mr. Tope Temokun, welcome to Inside Sources.
Thank you, host. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So can you tell us how did your meeting with Delel, how did it go on Friday?
Yes, thank you. I visited Mr. Delel Farotimi in the correctional service in Ekiti, Ekiti State, yesterday in the afternoon for one purpose.
Okay.
One, we have been involved in this matter since his arrest.
Okay.
We have been in court, we have been following the events, and we also have our own stake, as citizens of the country, based on the fact that what is at stake now, what is going on, is beyond persons. It's not just about persons, The country is above everybody. The country is bigger than everybody. The country is bigger than Afe Babalola. The country is bigger than Mr. Delel Farotimi. So in the entire picture, people that are far-sighted and foresighted should be able to see beyond the issue of reputation and defamation. So that is our involvement, as members of society. And because of the fact that the events of the recent days, the visit of Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, his visit to Afe Babalola, his visit to Mr. Delel Farotimi in the prison, actually created some kind of unclarity. People are not so clear about the state of things. People are not clear about what is going on and where we are in the matter. So it is on the basis of this I had to visit him yesterday in prison.
Okay. And
we sat together. We had a very lengthy discussion. Before I went to it, I was also under a confusion that Mr. Peter Obi had visited Afe Babalola after leaving Ekiti. The news that filtered to town is to the fact that issue of conditions for release, issue of apology, issue of pain, issue of whether if Mr. Delel Farotimi is able to do this or that will come out. And for some of us who are involved, who have also taken a principled stand on this matter, who believe there should be justice for Afe Babalola, there should be justice for anybody who is involved, there is justice for anybody who are alleged to have been defamed, and there should also be justice for Mr. Delel Farotimi, and there should be justice for the society. As a stakeholder, I felt so confused. So that was the reason why we had to along to Ekiti. And the meeting was very productive. And I'm not a stranger to him. I told him that, sir, the reason why I am here is to confirm from you what is your state of mind. What are you thinking about this whole matter? What do you think should be done? The visit of Mr. Peter Obi to you in prison, At the subsequent visit to Afe Babalola, what do you know about it? What is your message to Afe Babalola? What is your message to the people outside? You know, who are also your lovers and fans? What is also your message to me as part of your legal team?
Okay.
He said, if this is how it started.
Okay.
He said, if anybody who is very familiar with his antecedent, with his principle, with his philosophy over time, should join anybody to believe that in a matter where he had written a book that he had published, that had been in circulation, that if anybody, somebody who has a brain, should join others to believe that he has sent anybody to beg anybody, he said he will be so disappointed in that person. And he told me categorically that if you join anybody to believe that I could beg anybody, or that I have sent anybody to beg anybody, he said I will be so disappointed in you. He said, because you know it's not possible. And he said, you know, I am in here. I don't know what is going on outside. You are the one who knows what is going on outside there. And if you have come to this place now, what I need from you is information. The information at my disposal yesterday was that after Mr. Peter Obi left me, probably whether he went to Afe or not is not my business, because I cannot control where he's going to visit. You know, it's another statement to former presidential candidate. So I don't know his movement. I can't predict where he's going to visit, but I didn't send him to beg anybody.
Okay.
And having not done that, you as a lawyer, and for those who still believe in me and the cause out there, their line of thinking should be along the line that no, justice should be served to all parties. He said that that is book that he wrote,
yes,
that if we had added one single line of lie, one single word of lie to that book, he said he's going to be defeated in this matter. But that if all he has said is the whole truth, he said people that are fighting him are fighting the truth, and that he's going to have the laugh last. And I felt relieved. I said, this is my mission for coming.
Excellent.
And having clarified this, we can now go to all other things.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Tope Temoku, for that clarification. Now, you are also a lawyer yourself, and I wanted to ask you, so we have the High Court, the Federal High Court in Ekiti, granting him bail, but a court of lower jurisdiction, the magistrate, is not granting him bail. So as a lawyer, legally, which one ought to stand?
You know, the truth of the matter is that the charges before these two courts, they are not the same. You know, we were in court first on the 4th of December, and all the charges before the magistrate court that day, they said that on the criminal defamation, criminal libel, right. all the charges, they were brought pursuant to criminal code acts, and they all center on criminal libel, defamation. The magistrate didn't grant bail. He told the representations to go and put bail application into written form. Some of us were not happy with that pronouncement. The magistrate court is a court of summary jurisdiction. Even without a lawyer appearing for a defendant, that court is under a duty. In the case of a bailable offence, it's under a duty to grant bail. But to request for a bail application to be put into a written form, you know, is a sort of presumption of guilt against the defendant. The reason being that a magistrate court is under a duty to grant bail because that defendant is presumed to be innocent. The moment he was brought before that magistrate, he is to grant bail. The defendant may not go that same day if he's not able to perfect his bail conditions, to meet his bail conditions. But the magistrate is under a duty to grant bail. So having all that bail application that ordinarily, customarily is made orally and being considered by the courts is now being requested to be in written form. And the matter is now adjourned for another number of days, and for like 6 days. It was adjourned to December 10. You know, some of us were not happy with that position. You know, it is the court. The court is the court. That is for the magistrate. But immediately after the magistrate court arraignment, other charges were filed under the Cybercrime Act before the magistrate court, before the Federal High Court. Those other charges They are related to the charges before the magistrate court, but they are not the same thing. The charges before the magistrate court, all of them were brought under Criminal Code Act, while the one before the Federal High Court, they were brought under Cybercrime Act. You know, alleging cyber stalking, you know, and all of those as contained in that. So the bail conditions, the bail circumstances of the two courts, they are not related. If Mr. Delel Farotimi meets the bail condition of the Federal High Court today, and he has not met those ones of the magistrate court, that means he will still be in custody, because there is one charge here that is still holding him. If he meets the one of magistrate court today and he has not met that of Federal High Court, he's still going to be in custody, because there are two different courts, two different charges, different bail conditions.
Okay, interesting.
We may not be happy with this, but that is what it is now.
All right, you know, last question, just so we don't take so much of your time. Thank you for coming. How can you describe his spirit, you know, during your meeting with him, and how does he feel to the idea that he's being punished already, even without any judicial pronouncement on whether he has defamed Chief Afe Babalola or not? How did you think he felt, and what kind of spirit is he in, as you can see in your meeting?
Well, after my visit yesterday, for me, I also learned new things. You know, when I got to that place with two other persons, I was told some other people were inside with him, and that whether we have to go and join them. And I told them that my mission here was certainly going to be different from those other people who came to visit. Let them be true before we go in. So we met him, you know, amidst high spirit in terms of, you know, I just finished discussion with some people before we came here. Immediately we came here, he saw me, hey, how are you? I will stood up and, you know, and he was very clear about one thing. He said, even being here, he had kind of the spirit of philosophization. And people go higher. That people inside the prison here, you could even see better than those of us outside, because in those days, before he was remanded, he didn't have enough time, you know, to conceptualize properly with clarity to rest and to think ahead. But I've been here now, that way, you know, he's going to go out of this place. Why? Because he's only known to one weapon. He's very emphatic about that. He said he's going to go out of this place vindicated because he's holding on to one weapon, and that is the truth. His spirit is very high. His voice is not low. He's still as clear as he used to be. He is still the philosophical Delel Farotimi. He's still analytical. You know, he's even more relaxed, and he's taking those two things. Because immediately I got that clarification that he didn't send anybody to beg, and that he's not going to beg, we have to talk about Nigerian politics. We have to go over things, discussions about what is going on, and he was not bothered about his own personal case that is incarcerated. You know, we discussed over all sorts of issues, and he told me one thing, that what those who are fighting him there, he was laughing. He said they are not fighting him, that they are fighting the truth. Because I wanted to convince myself that there are things that this man actually know that we don't know. I was trying to tell him some of the implications of if some of these things are not true. He said no. That what is holding him now, just like I've said in one of my people today, I said there are lawsuits that have been filed against Mr. Delel Farotimi in Rivers State, in Abuja and Ibadan, and the court processes have been served on him in prison, where he cannot even make a defense. You know, so those who are serving court processes, they know that this man's hand has been tied to the bar, and they are fighting him. And he's just laughing. He said the situation is not going to last. He's going to walk out of this place, and that the truth will work out with him. And that the truth will not die. The truth will come out. But that is that with that truth, that weapon of truth, he said he's going to defeat him. He's going to defeat his adversaries. And it's very clear about that. He doesn't have any doubt. He doesn't entertain any doubt.
Excellent.
He doesn't. And my spirit is lifted.
Excellent.
When I left him.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you tell us, you know, just to wrap up, what was the condition, you know, under which he's being held that you saw? You know, what was his condition like? You know, the environment.
Well, I think Ekiti prison is Ekiti prison. I think that is the normal Nigerian prison. Because in the course of discussion, he was actually talking about his prison condition. You know, some of the inmates there. When he got there, the kind of mentality, how they saw all of the, whether about 11 people, how they saw one another like adversaries, like opponents, like competitors, like rivals. And the rival about everything. You know, they have somebody who is a provost who likes to shoot the other people, the other people like to rebel, and that they were not united. And I had to sit them down. He philosophized to them. He told them that what you are doing here is what we are doing in the larger country that has not made us to be liberated. You have to love yourself. You have to be united, come together. He brought all of them together.
Wow.
And that whatever in that cell now is the most united part of this country. Everybody is a lover of everybody.
Interesting. Thank you so much. That's a very that's a very good report, and it's a very good place to end this discussion. Thank you so much, Mr. Tope Temokun, human rights lawyer and activist. Like I said, we are also committed, and we will promote and we will ensure, we will clamor for a fair process, a due process under the rule of law, under a transparent judicial process to sort this matter. And we believe that that is what is going to happen. The truth is going to come out.
So guys, all we want from Mr. Delel Farotimi is justice. We just want justice. Let the rule of law have its way. Let the rule of law take its course. And that is what Mr. Delel Farotimi is saying. Mr. Delel Farotimi, according to this man, said he doesn't want anybody to go beg on his behalf. So for somebody to say that courageously, it means that he has a whole lot of confidence in the evidence that he has. I mean, Mr. Delel Farotimi has always said, take me through due process. Bring me before the court and I'm going to prove what I said. And we are just still wondering why Afe Babalola does not see it important for Delel Farotimi to bring his evidence before they start going after him. Don't forget that they ordered the ban of his books, banning his books from being sold. The distributors, they shouldn't distribute. The publishers shouldn't publish. Those that have in the bookshop shouldn't sell anymore. And they said they were going to seize all the proceeds from that book. As if that was not enough. They filed for Delel Farotimi to be removed from the list of lawyers. As if that is not enough. As I speak to you currently, there are a lot of lawyers that have filed suits against Delel Farotimi. So this man is saying that even if Mr. Delel Farotimi is granted bail today, he might not even leave the prison because there are still so many cases against him in different courts at the moment. So the court may not find it that, straightforward to say, let him go home. Even though they might grant him bail from that of Afe Babalola. But what about the other ones hanging all over? So it appears their plan is just to keep dragging this man until they've wasted his energy, wasted his life, wasted his intellectual strength, wasted his money, and wasted everything about him. But that is where we, the Nigerian people, our role comes to play. We have to stand firm with Delel Farotimi. This is somebody who is exposing, generational fraud in Nigeria. How the judiciary has been there, backing unlawful things, And he said, bring me, I'm going to prove what I'm saying. And Delel Farotimi has always told us that this is one of the things he knew, why he knew he was not going to continue practicing law, because he can't withstand what is happening in that profession. So guys, that tells you the level of corruption in Nigeria. If the judicial profession, the judiciary is as corrupt as what we are seeing today, what about the other professions that don't even have the level of prestige that, the judiciary has? What about the other institutions? And they don't want people to speak on. If you begin to expose them, they want to fight back. Now, Afe Babalola filed against Delel Farotimi. Delel Farotimi is still in jail, yet to be brought before the court, before the judge to testify. And other lawyers have already filed. This one filed. There's even one, they say filed his own. It's from Port Harcourt. Another one, I think, is from, so many of them file suit against Delel Farotimi so that when he's leaving this court, he's heading to another. When he's leaving this court, he said maybe all through his life, he will just be going to court. You see their strategy. So, and we think we can build a society where you try to instill fear in the lives of people, make people not to do what they know they are supposed to do. So they've just taken this route. Look at protests. You hardly call protests and people want to come out because people believe that they may go out and they won't come back home because of the kind of establishment we have. The whole system is in a mess. In the Western world, protest is being encouraged, provided people don't take to violence. Protest is a constitutional way for you to express your dissatisfaction of what the government is doing. But in Nigeria now, it's a taboo. You dare it not. You dare it not. And they've ended up instilling fear in the lives of Nigerians, meaning that we will keep dealing with corruption in this country, corruption in INEC, corruption in police, corruption in judiciary, corruption in custom, corruption in NDLA, corruption, all the government parastatal. People will share with you experiences of corruption at one time or the other. And that's why one thing Mr. Peter Obi said during the election was, if he was to be the president of Nigeria, one of the first things he will start doing is to retraining all these, security agents, making sure that they understand their role and that they practice at a professional level. But look at what is happening. Nobody is even talking of, trying to shape our institutions to make them strong. So, guys, you have seen what he said, Mr. Delel Farotimi said that nobody should plead for him. Nobody should go stand for him. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below.